So another month has passed, and I watched a lot of movies again. There's a lot of movies to be watched, a lot that I wanted to see, and from various platforms, Netflix, DVD, Blu-ray, watched them everywhere. So let's get started. I think I watched like 20 or 30 movies this month, and I usually don't watch that many, but because of everything that's going on, I'm watching more movies. So let's get started. Showtime, a movie from God, I don't remember what the year was, 2000 and something, with Eddie Murphy and Robert De Niro and Rene Russo, and it's like a buddy cop movie in the vein of something like 48 Hours, because with Eddie Murphy and Nick Nolte, but it's just an Eddie Murphy movie with Robert De Niro, which as an idea is great. And the movie itself, honestly, the movie is ridiculous, but I thought I had a fun time with it. I enjoyed it. 8 Millimeter. Nicolas Cage movie, Joel Schumacher directed movie. One I've really wanted to see for a while. I've heard 8 Millimeter be mentioned a lot, and I really was excited to see it. And watching the movie, I think it is a solid movie. I thought that this movie, in terms of atmosphere, is a great it is a great movie. Like, in terms of atmosphere, the atmosphere is awesome in this movie. It's a serious Nicolas Cage role. He's not ridiculous, and I like that. But I'm fine with either Nicolas Cage. But I like how this film is serious, and he is serious, as opposed to him being goofy in a serious movie. But I think that he does a good job in this. I think the atmosphere is really good. I think the ideas of this being like, he's figuring out the mystery of a snuff film, his character, and whenever you see these villains, they're just doing this to do it. Like, they're that evil, and I like that. I liked how this movie felt so dreadful and so horrible in a good way. And I was surprised that Joel Schumacher directed it, because I haven't seen any other Joel Schumacher movie besides, I'd say, Falling Down, that feels darker. Like, usually, like, all the other Joel Schumacher movies I can remember seeing, like Batman and Robin, or Phantom of the Opera, or Lost Boys, like all this other stuff, it doesn't feel the same as this movie, and I like that. I appreciate that. Fletch, a Chevy Chase movie from the 80s, 85 I think, where he's this guy who, named Fletch, has these, like, wears a lot of different outfits and acts like a different person. Honestly, I kind of forgot this movie. I can't describe anything else, but the first Fletch movie was just, it was okay. It wasn't like anything special. It was Chevy Chase, so that was cool to watch a Chevy Chase movie, but this was one where I'm like, it's okay, it's totally passable, but it's not something that I'm going to rewatch again or remember. The Ruins. Now I'm going to review this one. The Ruins is awesome. All I'm going to say, really, really cool. Fletch Lives, the sequel to Fletch, which is even more ridiculous than the first Fletch. And I'm kind of already forgetting, again, both of these movies I've already kind of forgotten because I watched them a month ago. But the second Fletch movie, I think, was more ridiculous, that I enjoyed it more, but I think both movies are still kind of forgettable regardless. The Return, a Sarah Michelle Gellar movie thriller where she goes back to her hometown where she encountered as a kid a creepy guy, and it's really a movie that has some okay atmosphere, but besides that, this movie is completely and utterly forgettable. Like, it's so forgettable, The Return. I thought it was so lame. It was so... It had atmosphere in it, but it was also so bland. Like, it's a very, very bland movie. Like, very, very bland. Then I watched a Medea family funeral because I fucking hate myself. Medea family funeral. Those Medea movies, I know they're the exact damn movie every time you see these movies. And I've seen Medea Halloween 1 and 2, and this one, and I've seen another one, I thought. But whatever, the Medea movies that I've seen so far are the same, every one of them. But the weird thing about this Medea movie is that it is part Medea movie and then part TV drama. And the drama and the tone of the tone of the drama and the tone of Medea and her wacky antics literally don't purposefully mesh together, and it's really weird. Like, they will say something really dramatic, and then it will cut to Medea saying some shit about getting out of jail or something like that, or being a prostitute, like stuff like that. And then there's the drama moments where it's just like these characters from another movie are saying dramatic things, but then again, random Medea shit she will retaliate with. But the people in the drama part do not react to the dumb part of Medea. It is a very, very weird movie. I didn't understand what was even going on with the tone. Like, the tone does not purposefully, I think, it has to be on purpose. Tyler Perry must have did this on purpose, where the connection between Medea saying stupid shit and then the dramatic moments that these TV movie actors are trying to do, it doesn't mesh, and it's not trying to, it seems like. At least for me. Anyways, of course this movie's fucking terrible.
I'm a real thug. I'm an OG, MADEA.
Deep Impact. I watched this because it was on Netflix. Never saw it. Morgan Freeman, Tia Leone. Elijah Wood. The acting is good. Besides that, I don't remember anything about it. Mother of Tears, the third Argento movie in his trilogy with Suspiria and Inferno. This one was weird, and I'm going to review this one. It's a modern Argento movie, so it feels so different than that. It feels so different than the other Argento movies, the other two, because it's in modern times. But it's got some good stuff in it. It's fun, it's stupid, but it's got some fun stuff. Theater of Blood with Vincent Price. This one was interesting. I like this one. He's a rejected actor in this movie, and he goes and kills off the people who rejected him. And he does it all in these different leading roles of Shakespearean stuff, and I think that's really fun and just a really cool creative idea. Home on the Range. This is a movie that, since I was a kid, whenever this came out, I've really been dreading to see this movie, but I have seen almost every single Disney animated film, like theatrical animated canon, like the 54, 55 Disney movies that are considered in the animated canon, from Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs to, I guess, Frozen 2 is the most recent one, but those movies, and this is one I did not see. As a kid, I did not want to see this movie. I thought this movie looked terrible. And it's got Roseanne as a cow. And freaking, it's got that, and it's just, it feels, even as a kid, I could see the cynicism behind this movie. I could see how aimless and lame this movie looked. And watching this movie, it really gave me those expectations, and they filled it. This movie was so utterly forgettable. I only saw it because of my devotion to really liking Disney movies and watching the animated films. But this one, as an adult, made it even worse to watch. This one was so boring and dull, but the animation was good. I'll give it that. The animation was good, and it was in HD on Disney+, so it looked even better. So, it's got good animation, but besides that, it's a lifeless movie for kids that is not the level of any kind of Disney movie it should be. Patton. George C. Scott's Patton. This one is really good. I really like this movie. I thought that this did a great job of being a fascinating movie, and I really liked George C. Scott in this. He's a great actor. He's slowly becoming one of my favorites. He's so good in this movie, and I was really invested throughout the movie, and I really liked seeing the story of this real-life guy, Patton, and I thought that was interesting. Basket Case. I already did a review on this. This one is so fun. All I gotta say. Stan Helsing, spoof movie. It has a couple of funny moments, but it's just really forgettable. Frailty. I will review this one. Frailty was awesome. Bill Paxton and Matthew McConaughey sell it. Great movie. Really loved it. When a Stranger Calls Back. TV movie When a Stranger Calls sequel. Carol Kane is great. Jill Schoelen, I don't know how to pronounce her name, is great. This is a very TV movie with its TV movie budget, but I thought it was really entertaining, and I really liked this one. Wishmaster 2, really, really just mediocre, like the first one. I thought it was okay. Nothing much else to say, really. Children of the Corn, 666, Isaac's Return. What a piece of dog shit. I hated this movie. I watched this movie, and by the end of the movie, I forgot it, and I forgot everything about the movie after I finished watching it, and I could not stand. It felt like this movie was 5 hours long because it's so incredibly droll and dull and dry and just so boring. Like, it's a definition of a boring-ass sequel that just is not entertaining in any way, shape, or form for me. And if I ever review the Children of the Corn series, which I think I'm going to, because I should, it's going to be so rough getting through 5 and 6. Children of the Corn 5 and 6, I cannot stand. The first 4, I think I like. I like stuff about the first 4. Man, 5 and 6 are dog shit. I hate them. And then I'm going to watch the other sequels. I'm going to, but man, it's a chore. So bad. The Assault on Precinct 13 remake. Yeah, just I already forgot this one. This one is so forgettable. It's definitely nowhere near as good as the John Carpenter one. It's so lame and generic, but it's got good actors in it, which is unfortunate because the movie just is really lame. The Platform review already coming up. The Platform is really cool. Netflix movie. Go see it. Invitation to Hell review coming up soon. Really fun, but really cheesy TV movie. Cheech and Chong's Up in Smoke. We smoking dog shit, man. The Craft review coming up as well. Really fun. I'm so glad I finally got to see The Craft because it really was a fun time. Dolphin Reef. It is a Disney Plus documentary narrated by Natalie Portman, and I watched it and just one night whenever I was bored. It was interesting watching just creatures in the ocean. It was an interesting documentary. The Florida Project. Really damn good A24 movie. Really like this movie. Willem Dafoe is great. All the acting is great. These characters are atrocious that Willem Dafoe's character has to deal with. He's a manager at a hotel next to Disney World, like across the street or across the road, and he deals with all these horrible, shitty ass, trashy people, and it's so fun to watch. The acting's great. The movie's great. The movie makes you hate these characters, these trashy characters, so much. Especially the mom character of this one kid, and you watch these kids go around and do really bad stuff. So I really enjoyed this one. It was a really great movie. Then we end on the last movie that I watched this month, which is the Children of the Corn remake. Because I watched Children of the Corn 666, and then I have the next one, I think it's Revelations, in a box set to watch next, and I'm like, God, I don't know if I can even have the brain cells to watch the next Children of the Corn sequel. So I thought maybe the remake might be better. And honestly, watching this remake, it's really not that much the same as the original, and I like that. And it's a TV movie too, and it looks good. It looks totally fine, and the atmosphere is solid and good. The acting's fine. I like this remake. I didn't mind it. I thought it was middle of the road, but I thought it was still a solid movie, and I thought that, especially watching Children of the Corn 5 and 6, which I hated, watching this remake, it was such a step above it. Even though it's not a great movie, it's fine. It's an average remake, but it does good ideas and being different with some good atmosphere. So I enjoyed the Children of the Corn remake. And that is it for this month. And I'm really curious to what I watch next month, but next month I'll have another video up. So tell me down below what you guys have been watching, and thanks for watching. Hey guys, if you like this video, consider checking out my other content. I review a majority of films that are pretty recent, and also older films, and mostly horror as well. Horror is my favorite genre, so I expect a lot of horror. And check out all my links down below. I have a link to Patreon, I have a link to Instagram, link to Twitter, link to my Facebook group, Horror Enthusiast 101, and to my own personal Facebook page, CDR Movie Reviews. And thank you for anybody who watched this video. Thanks for watching.